Honestly, when I graduated, I did not know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do well. I wanted a good career. But beyond that, zero clarity. Then I went to IIM and I spent 2 years over there. And even then, things did not magically fall into place. However, today I'm working as a product manager at one of the most renowned IT MNCs. And this video is just about that. Sharing that entire journey without any filters, sharing my experience with you all so that you know what my journey felt like from a fresher to a product manager. After graduation, I did what most of us do. I just followed the crowd. I applied everywhere, prepared for everything, and hoped something would work out. As most of you know that I have worked as a software developer for 2 years at Capgemini. Yes, I did enjoy that period. Why not? Because that was my first job. I was getting salary. So who doesn't like the first job? But as everyone, I probably maybe for the first few months I did enjoy my work, but after that what I felt that it was becoming a bit monotonous. The same old coding, the same codes I'm typing everywhere, the same logic I'm applying everywhere. There was no new challenge in my work, and I felt that yes, I had a lot of work, because I was working very well. That meant my manager was giving me extra work. I'm not complaining about that because I did enjoy working, but as I said, I felt that there were no new challenges, and what I wanted was to do something different, because in that field, in that software developer field, what I felt that I was spending too much time thinking what next, what to code next, what to type next. This error is happening, so how to debug, how to write the code in a better way. And the whole night I was thinking the same thing. So I was not happy with that type of work, and I wanted to do something different, something more challenging, in which I could apply a lot of diverse concepts. So maybe at that time, it looked really impressive what I was doing, because all my friends were doing the same type of thing. But I was not thinking that whether I actually enjoyed that work. Maybe I did that because that was my job, right? And I had to do. But I probably did not enjoy it that much as I should have done. Looking back, I don't blame myself, because we are not really taught how to choose a career. We are taught how to chase a career. So that is why I couldn't really complain about that software job. So I worked there for 2 years, and the problem was that that was the COVID period. So that is why the company delayed giving salary hikes to freshers who had joined recently. So that thing was also at the back of the mind, that they have not been giving me an increase for more than a year, for almost 2 years, which I have been working over there. And that kind of demotivated me to stay there further longer. So I also applied, alongside preparing for my CAT exam. I did apply to multiple jobs, but as a fresher it was difficult to change your career track. The jobs were kind of similar, coding and coding, but I was kind of sure that I did not want to be in that field, because even though coding was not the problem, I did enjoy coding, but I felt I could not sustain in that field for a much longer time. That is why I gave CAT, and as you all know, most of you all know, that I joined IIM Trichy, where I've done my MBA for 2 years. Oh yes, over here I want to add that if any of you ever face any issues and you want some guidance, you can feel free to reach out to me anywhere. All my social media links are there everywhere. You can definitely reach out to me. So why did I give CAT? Because I felt that IIM was the safest bet to change my career. I felt I'd be getting a good brand, good exposure, and good opportunities if I, go over there for my 2 years program. I genuinely believed that once I graduate from there, my life would become more simple. I would get more clarity regarding my future. But there was something which I did not expect. I did not factor in the fact that how overwhelming it was going to be over there. And that is when you start questioning yourself silently that whether was that a correct decision. So my 2 years at the IIM was extremely intense. Classes from morning to evening, case competitions, group discussions, placement preparations, placement talks, lot of student activities going on every other day, something or the other happening. And then over there, you're staying with all your friends. So, hanging out, going here, going there, you know, plus on top of that you had submissions, assignments, deadlines, this that. So putting everything, it kind of became a lot of overwhelming at one point of a time. But the biggest learning that I felt wasn't from any subject, because over the subjects are all theoretical. And yes, you do study from the case study method. That's how lectures are delivered over there. But still, at the end, those are not practical things which you are learning. These are still theoretical, and rarely the same things are applicable in the real world. So it was then that I realized that MBA doesn't really give you a clarity. It forces and puts you in situations where you're forced to find one. I learned how to think under pressure and how to structure messy problems, and also how to disagree respectfully with my peers, and honestly, how to handle self doubt. And somewhere, among all this, product management started to make sense to me. Not because it was trendy, but because I felt that it was balanced. Business, tech, users, everything coming together in that role. I liked that idea of just not analyzing problems, but deciding which problems are actually worth solving. That shift from chasing roles to understanding work was what was very important to me. So, as you all know that I have interned at IBM as a product manager after my first year. So that is when I started getting more clarity regarding what type of work I would have been doing. And before I joined, after I joined, I was kind of, I wanted to somewhere be in this IT field only. I did not want to do coding, but I did not want to entirely move out from the IT field also. So when this role came, I was sure that I would be able to crack it because of the relevant experience which I had. And I think that experience, 2 years which I had, did really matter a lot in helping me grab this role. Probably I wouldn't have managed to get if I had not enjoyed my work over there at Capgemini. But yes, it is what it is. And the 2 months which I spent during my internship, I learned how product managers think, what they do, how they work, how they collaborate, how they come up with solutions, how they discuss, how they basically think and come up with ideas. And that was what made me to make a decision that yes, this is what is for me. After that, I came back and completed my second year at IIM, after which I again, converted my internship to a full-time offer. So after I joined again this year, that was when it gave me a reality check. The case studies which I've read at my college, that wouldn't warn me about the legacy systems which were prevalent with my clients, or the stakeholder alignment, or decisions that don't have a clear answer. At my work, I realized that product management is much less about frameworks and more about judgment, choosing which idea is the best. You don't always move very fast, you move responsibly. Over time, my mindset changed. I stopped trying to think like a fresher trying to prove myself, and I started thinking in terms of ownership. If something breaks, it's my problem. If something works, it's the team's win. That shift actually took time, and I feel that is what has helped me to grow in my career over the last 6 months. So if you are a fresher watching this, remember that it is okay to be confused. If you are at IIM and feeling lost in the crowd, remember that you are not alone, and everyone at some point feels the same. And if you're early in your career, don't rush your processes. Take time and get more clarity into what type of work you want to do. Careers are not built in one placement or one role. It's a long innings that you play over 30 to 40 years. And they're built over the small decisions that you'll be taking consistently, throughout your career. And I'm still learning and I'm still trying to figure out how to be better, how to grow in my role. But if this video makes you a little less pressurized or a little more hopeful, then it was definitely worth it. So do drop your story in the comments. And if you want more such honest conversations about careers and product management, do subscribe to the channel and I'm going to see you in the next one. Thank you very much.